We are continuing to monitor breaking news out of the White House about former President Joe Biden. His office just revealed that the 46th president is diagnosed with an aggressive form of prostate cancer.
Now listen to me. As much as I know how some of you hate President Biden, there's no way that any of us should be saying things like, good, that's what he get. I hope he dies. If you are thinking like that and you are on the right, you and I are not on the same page when it comes to stuff like this. But I do have some questions as to how all of a sudden now they discovered that he has this. How are you good people doing, my American brothers and sisters? Welcome to the channel. I am Ty Smith. You're watching my channel, Model Renaissance Man, which I'm greatly appreciative of. Make sure you're following me on the platforms that you see above and below. Click the thumbs up button so my content can stay consistently recommended to you. And if you would, do not forget to hit the bell notification and process. That way, whenever you do hit the bell notification, you should be notified whenever I do post a video. And do not forget to check out my other YouTube channel called Man, Husband, and Father. Well, it's not called and Father, it's just called Man, Husband, Father. I will be releasing a video in regards to being a father today, so make sure you stay tuned for that one, all right? Do the same thing on that channel that I'm telling you to do on this one, all right? So there is some breaking news, ladies and gentlemen. Unfortunately, President Biden has been diagnosed with prostate cancer, and it's an aggressive prostate cancer. And before I weigh in with my medical knowledge and my analysis on this, check this out.
Let's check back in with Madeline Rivera. She is live at the White House for us. Madeline.
Hey, John. So, yes, we just got this information within the last half hour or so. So I do just want to read the statement from the personal office of former President Joe Biden. It says, last week, President Joe Biden was seen for a new finding of a prostate nodule after experiencing increasing urinary symptoms. On Friday, he was diagnosed with prostate cancer, characterized by a Gleason score of 9, grade group 5, with metastasis to the bone. While this represents a more aggressive form of the disease, the cancer appears to be more hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. The president and his family are reviewing treatment options with his physicians. So there have been a lot of headlines and concerns regarding the president's cognitive health. It was one of the reasons why he was pushed out of the presidential candidacy last year. But there have been very few headlines and concerns regarding the president's own physical health. In fact, I went back to see what the president's results were from his annual physical last year, and it said President Biden is a healthy, active, robust 81-year-old male who remains fit to successfully execute the duties of the presidency, to include those as chief executive, head of state, and commander-in-chief. So it is kind of shocking at this point. But the president, I've been thinking back to some of the activities that we've seen him do. This is a former president who was very active. We could see him go biking in Rehoboth Beach whenever he would go down there with his family. He was very physically fit and very active, at least for his age. So this is shocking news. Of course, we are waiting to hear more information. Now, of course, Biden, being the former president, will be afforded some of the best care in the country, but he is 82 years old, so there are understandably concerns about how his treatment may go as well. But I do want to refer to one part of that statement. Again, they say at this time that this cancer appears to be hormone sensitive, which allows for effective management. So there is that hope that the president will be able to withstand whatever treatment he does go through. But again, at this point, this statement says that this is an aggressive form of bone cancer. Prostate cancer, rather, excuse me. So we are waiting to hear more information that we could see come out of this news today. John.
All right. Thanks very much.
So, of course, that is some very, very bad news. And according to being in medicine and things like that of the sort, folks, you are told by your doctor, well, you should be, especially your primary, that after the age of 40 that you do a prostate check. And if you are one of those type of people, you may be like me, where you see that there's no issue, you have no problem. One of the ways that you will be able to find out if you are experiencing any type of possible prostate issues is making sure that your pee does not have any blood in it whatsoever. That even when you do pee as well, that you have a strong stream. You know, it shouldn't be coming out tickly, kickly, clickly, clinkly. It should be strong. You shouldn't have to be to an extent to where you have to really push to force your urine out, or we call it in medicine to void. You shouldn't have to really strain to do the Valsalva maneuver to push out your urine. Those are ways of making sure that you definitely don't have prostate. If you're peeing normally, don't have nothing in the blood or whatever like that, most likely you should be fine. In this case, though, President Biden is, as y'all seen, that you heard that he is diagnosed with one of the most, rather aggressive forms of cancer when it comes to prostate cancer, to the extent where it metastasized to his bones, right? And they say with the particular type of treatment, it responds good to hormone treatment. But the question I have right now is this. Those of you that are in medicine, come on now, doctors, I'm not an oncologist, y'all, but I do have a lot of colleagues who are, right? If you guys are watching my channel, I hope y'all are able to comment. If y'all don't want to, because I know what it's like to comment on a conservative view type channel or anything like that, and they come for you. I know what it's like if you are a doctor and you don't want to give an interview or even talk in the YouTube spaces or anything like that, because they will come for you. But if you're a doctor on here and you're just giving out scriptures, and you're a doctor on here and you're just giving out, doing reaction videos and things like that, and you're doing TikTok videos, dancing and things like that, they will be all for you. But if you give any sort of conservative views as a doctor, oh, trust me, they're going to come for you. Trust me, they will come for you, folks. Anyway, the reason I'm saying all that is that my colleagues who are oncologists, how was this not seen earlier? I'm keeping it real with you guys. I wouldn't be so if this metastasized to the bones. That's bones, guys. When you think of bones, what do you think of? We're not talking about the tibia, fibula. We're not talking about just the iliac crest. What about the ribs? What about the spine? What about his vertebrae? What about his skull? See, I would go even as far as even to say that how does cancer travel? I see. It doesn't just go from the prostate and travel to the bones. How did it get into the bones? How did it metastasize? I don't know, through the bloodstream. So that means the cancer is traveling through the blood and made its way to the bones. So is it possible that the cancer is all over via the blood? Is it possibly in his brain? So now, here's the part that's really concerning about this. How was this not seen and caught earlier if we all, and like me, I'm under the assumption that these presidents get these checks all the time. Remember the last check that President Biden got? I don't know if it was about a year or so ago, where they gave him a clean bill of health. They gave him a clean bill of health. Remember that? He's in good shape. Nothing wrong. But all of a sudden, he has prostate cancer, and you have to label it one of the most aggressive forms of prostate cancer. So you can lie. I'm not saying they did this, guys, but go with me. He could have had this a very long time and been fighting, and we don't even know it. But they know individuals like myself and other people that are in medicine, whether you are a doctor, a therapist, a nurse practitioner, a physician assistant, it doesn't matter. You would ask questions like, wait a minute, how did they not catch this? Oh, but if they do happen to say that it is a result of it being in his prostate and all of a sudden it became aggressive and just spread real fast and metastasized really fast, you can roll with that story, because you can sit there and say, oh, this came after those checks. Oh, it just suddenly came on. You know what I'm saying? It just all of a sudden just came on. But I don't know, guys. I have a hard time with this one right here. I really have a hard time believing that all of a sudden after the presidency is over and all, there's all of a sudden, boom, prostate cancer, and it's metastasized fast into the bones and it's very aggressive. I have a hard time believing that. I'm just keeping it real with y'all. So anyway, I don't know what their plans are when it comes to what therapeutics they're going to use, or if they're going to try to go the radiation rate route, or the radiation rate, or the, y'all, I don't know. I would hope not, because honestly, President Biden at his age would be one of the oldest people to try to go through chemo and radiation or chemo on its own. It will not be good in his favor. It will not. So anyway, quite honestly, folks, I'm one of those people. I never wish death upon anybody like that. And if you are one of those folks that would do things like that, something is wrong with you. I do hope and pray for President Biden's family. I pray that he's able to get through it. And I'm not going to change my opinion and saying I think he was the worst president of my lifetime, period. He wasn't the president running the White House. He wasn't. He was a sickly man, and we was calling it from the beginning, but now they want to just kind of let us get little things here and there. We're saying he has pre-dementia, things like that. Now the prostate cancer. I mean, I just, guys, am I the only one to think that people who are like presidents, that these people are consistently getting checks and things like that, that this shouldn't have been something that all of a sudden came on? You mean they never noticed that his prostate was enlarged or anything? I'm just saying. Anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. As this story develops and more things come out, you guys know that I will let you know as well, all right? So, yeah, you heard me. I will be praying for that family in regards to his health, folks. Not crazy like that. And if you are like that on the far right, radicalized like that, to where you're like, good, I hope he... I told you and I are on the same page when it comes to stuff like this. That's crazy. Let me know what y'all think, though. Put it in the comment section if you agree or you disagree. Let's see in the comment section down below. Do not forget to do what you see in this animation right here. That would greatly help my channel. And if you would like to see the next video in chronological order, it's going to be that one right up there. Things I did as of yesterday, most likely right here. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man, hoping and praying that every last one of you have food, shelter, and clothing. Most of all, praying every last one of you guys are in great health mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.